Now I'm going to talk about what is REST API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. REST stands for Representational State Transfer. It's just a fancy term under the hood. If you would like to talk to any web server, you have to follow the HTTP methods. Let's take an example. Let's say I would like to fetch the data from the Netflix API. Let's say that the Netflix API could be HTTP, starts with, let's say, netflix dot api.com, something like that, or you can say the netflix.com/api. I would like to fetch the movies. So you have to send request to this endpoint. You can send request through browser, but it will not work. It's just a random API. Random API. Like it's a fake API. I don't know is it existed or not. I just showed you the example. So to fetch the data, we have to use the get endpoint. And it is going to give in the response, it is going to give us the array of the movies. It is going to give us the array of the movies, and you can say that ID, the one name, movie name is Wonder Woman. It could be anything here. Now you will get a couple of records like ID2, something like that, name, whatever it is. So if you would like to fetch the records, you have to send the get endpoint. Similarly, if you would like to fetch the single movie, you have to provide the ID of the movie. Let's say I would like to fetch the single record with ID number is 1, so you will get the this one. I have, let's say you would like to create a new movie, you have to send the post request. To create the data, you have to send the post request. I'll show you how do you send the post request, how to send the get request. I just want to show you the example. Let's say you to create a new record, you have to send the JSON record with, you don't need to provide the name ID. Let's say I would like to create a new movie with this name, and in the response you will get a new movie, something like that. In response you will get this ID, let's say ID and the name, new movie. If you would like to delete the record or update the record, you have to update record, you have to send the put request. Let's say you have to send the put request. I would like to update the name from Wonder Woman to Wonder Man. You have to send the put request. This is how the REST API works. If you want to talk to any web service, if they created a REST API, you have to perform the HTTP operations. If you would like to delete, you have to send the delete request with this ID. You must provide the ID and this record will be deleted. You don't need to provide name here. All you need to provide the ID and the record will be deleted. I can show you some examples of the REST API. You can take the example of Stripe as a REST API. Here you can see that if you would like to create a new payout, you have to send the post request. You can see the create payout. If you would like to fetch the product, you can see that /products/ID. You gotta send the request to this API, to this endpoint. I can open that. This is the URL https api.stripe.com version product, and here is the ID product. This URL would be same, api.stripe.com/version1 https. Similarly, let's say you have to send the update record, update a product, you gotta send the put request. If you would like to fetch all the record, you can see the get request. If you would like to delete, you can have to send the delete request to this endpoint, http://api.stripe. Similarly, you can get the example for the PayPal. Here is the API endpoint, https api.sandbox.paypal.com. Make a REST API call. I'll teach you how to make the REST API calls. Let's say what I wanna do, billing plans. Let's see this API endpoint. You gotta send request to this endpoint. Version, create a billing. To create record, you have to send the post request. You can see that v1 payments billing plan. Don't worry, I'll teach you more about REST API when we will start building the API.